Hi, this is Lada from astrolada.com with your November 2018 horoscopes. And this month is something else. I mean, there's so many amazing shifts that are starting to happen from November. The energy is changing and we're all going to feel it collectively. Jupiter is moving from Scorpio into Sagittarius, and usually the influence of a planet moving from one sign into another is most powerful at the beginning and also at the end when it's leaving. So Jupiter will make some gift to all of us in regards to Scorpio, where we've worked hard over the last 1 year. But this time, when Jupiter enters into Sagittarius, things will start happening much easier because Sagittarius is the sign of Jupiter. Things will start flowing naturally, more positively. While Jupiter was in Scorpio, it still gave us, but through some crisis first, through some, because this is the nature of Scorpio, some crisis, or first the death of something old, so Jupiter can give birth to something new, because Scorpio is this sign about death and rebirth. So it was, yes, it gave us some expansion as well and some growth, but through more extreme ways, circumstances, through crisis of some sort. While Jupiter going to Sagittarius, wow, I mean, it's in its own sign, expansion threefold. And you're going to start feeling it from November, all of us. So we're going to speak about Jupiter, how it's going to affect you for the next 1 year in different, according to your sign. We're going to speak about the nodes, the karmic nodes where fate is changing. They're changing signs as well. I'm going to say a few quick words about what it means for you for the next year and a half, what fated events are going to be happening in your life. There is also triple manifestation this month, and I'm going to speak about it. This is according to ancient Gemini astrology. There will be a trigger of 4 houses for every person that can manifest very powerfully. So this month is really happening. It can be extremely positive. There's some difficult influences as well we'll talk about. But just to let you know that I'm doing a webinar with April on Jupiter in Sagittarius on the 9th of November. It's only $29 if you come early. And if you sign it now, or $39 if you want us to look at your chart and send you an email with what Jupiter will specifically affect you, so you know which part of the webinar is most relevant for you. And also, it's going to be very in-depth, we're going to follow everything. And also, early bird announcement for the 2019 horoscopes. Each one will be about an hour and a half long, in-depth, with days of birth, with month-by-month prediction, with everything will be I've been working on those, and I'll be working for a couple of months. And they're coming out in the middle of November. And if you order from now till the middle of November, one sign is $3.99, or all 12 signs for about $15.99. So amazing things, exciting things ahead. And let's start with the predictions. So Libra, how is Jupiter affecting you when it's moving out from your second house and into your third house? Usually a planet makes a gift when it leaves its sign. When it leaves one sign and goes into another. So you can manifest something materially. There can be an increase of income, of material security of some sort. You can receive some desirable object, something that you consider valuable as well. You can receive more knowledge and information into how to have assets, and even something good connected to your family, because the second house is known as one of the houses of family. You can also receive some pleasant and positive experience in regards to food and enjoyment of the senses and pleasant sensual experiences of some sort. You can also receive, because second house is the house of stored knowledge and hoards, some important knowledge, some important wisdom of some sort that turns out to be beneficial for you in the long term. And Jupiter is moving into your third house, where it's going to be very potent already from November, because it's going to be there with Mercury, which means that it manifests triple. When Jupiter is with Mercury in the same sign, and with the ruler of that sign, and of course Jupiter is the ruler of Sagittarius, this combination, according to ancient Gemini astrology, allows for the sign to give 3 times stronger results in a positive way. And this, what I'm going to tell you now, matters very much for November, from the 9th till the end of November, but it's also, you're going to see those trends develop for the whole year ahead. because Jupiter will stay there till November 2019. So starting from November, very strongly already from the 10th onwards, approximately, you can start manifesting new contacts. You can start manifesting new business opportunities, because third house is connected to commercial business project, is connected to and Jupiter gives good results, of course, and opportunities through marketing, through advertising, through sales. If you work in any career that is administrative, business administrative, in sales, in advertising, in social media, in marketing, in writing, speaking, teaching skills to others of any sort, know that the next 1 year it will grow, it will go big. You would expand your skills, marketing, you take courses, classes, you learn new skills as well, which make you more marketable as well, and better to promote whatever you're trying to do. And that already starts from November. And you'll make a lot of new contacts as well. And people, associates is the third house. People you can collaborate on projects in a small group environment as well. You can get in touch as well with a lot of people that are skilled people of any sort as well. And trips can manifest for you. Because the third house is about short trips, meaning under 1 month, but at the same time Jupiter and Mercury from your third house are activating your ninth house till the end of November as well, and are activating also your 12th house and your 6th house. So the 3rd, 9th, 12th and 6th house are double manifesting from the 10th when Jupiter enters Sagittarius, from the 8th basically till the end of November, because both Mercury and Jupiter activate those 4 signs to triple strong power. So trips very likely. If you, especially this technique works for rising signs. So if your ascendant is Libra, it works very strongly. So travels, short or long trips of any sort. Funny enough, that's my husband's horoscope. So we're traveling. We're going on a faraway place in November. To exotic places or to foreign countries, or even short trips, because 3rd house is short trips, 9th house is that you need to take a plane, 12th house is far away exotic places. So there is a lot of their activation, positive things if you're doing something with foreigners, with people in your everyday environment or faraway environments unfamiliar to you. Again, it should go well. If you're involved in any way of education, learning skills, teaching skills, or anything to do with lecturing, with higher education, very productive month, very positive as well, good manifestation. If you're anything to do with marketing, writing, speaking, again, very productive information. You get a lot of things done. 6th house is also work. You manage to get a lot of work done, to a lot of responsibilities and duties and errands that you have. You're going to make them happen. Your mind is super active those 20 days, and it manifests well. It makes you organized. It makes you see the big picture, the small picture, the details, but also the facts, but also the hidden facts as well, the clear facts and the hidden ones. So it's kind of your mind is very active, and you're already starting to manifest this month very strongly after the 8th, 9th onwards in anything related to those topics. Foreign travel, faraway places, going away on holidays, 12th house, study, research, training, higher knowledge of some sort, work, travel, work and health. Health is the 6th house. Your health, you can do some things for your health, or for organization and order as well, for routines that manifests and gives good results. So you can find good employees, or you can do some good projects at work that you're very satisfied with as well. This is the 6th house. Or you can find employment, for example, if you're looking for, for something like that. You can improve your qualifications, 3rd and 9th house in November. But overall, I wanted to say about Jupiter in the 3rd house that the whole next year will affect you is make contacts, be socially active. This is where good things are coming to you. A lot of expansion and growth will come to you from this. It's you can meet like new friends, new collaborators of some sort. Social activity is the answer for your Libras. It gets you places, and it gets you new opportunities, and it gets you moving. You'll be traveling a lot more. You'll be learning new things a lot more. You'll become more curious. And third house, the house of self-made wealth, because third house rules our skills. And the skills, Jupiter will expand our skill set when it transits your third house. And will expand through this skill set, your opportunity to create your own wealth over the next 12 years after that, because it takes a cycle of 12 years for Jupiter. Seeds that will be planted in the next 1 year to give results. Well, you'll start seeing them already next year, but you'll be seeing the positive results of those new skills and contacts that you create now, and business, commercial activities and knowledge that you gain over the next 12 years. So busy, busy, busy. And November is already like that. Something good can happen in the life of a sibling or teammates and workmates as well. There are a lot of other things that Jupiter in the third house can indicate. Check out my Jupiter webinar that is in depth, that will look at your chart if you order that option as well. And we'll talk a lot more in depth there, because you have to be careful about certain things. Jupiter is making some difficult aspects next year. But this is for now. I don't want to make it too long for you and bore you. On another level, the nodes are changing signs as well. For the next 1.5 years, the fated big events and big changes, which the nodes indicate often through the eclipses, they're triggered the most, but starting already from November, is that the North Node is entering your 10th house, while the South Node will be in your 4th house. It's time for you to take a leadership position. It's time for you to rise to some recognition, public recognition, to take more responsibilities. But it's going to happen sudden and fast, and it's going to raise your social status very suddenly, because Rahu has this sudden uphill trajectory, sudden rise, like a trampoline effect. And it's noted that often a lot of the presidents that become presidents, they would have often Rahu in the 10th house, because from a normal person to become a president, it takes and to take very high responsibilities and social responsibilities and leadership responsibilities, you need to have Rahu somehow very close to the 10th house. So in the 10th house, like the current president has, and a lot of the previous ones have, or they usually have Rahu transiting the 10th house when this happens. So what I'm trying to say is that some promotion can come suddenly that rises you to a much more social influence, much more responsibilities. It can also indicate, like, if you have your own business, you can suddenly expand it a lot, and it doesn't mean you're going to start making a lot more money suddenly or something like that, but your influence and your reputation grows a lot. This is the 10th house. And you can even use some illicit or very exotic methods, because you become so ambitious to be recognized, to achieve those higher social positions, that you can even do what Rahu does. The end excuses the means, but we're going to speak more about that in the yearly horoscopes, because Rahu has a dark side, and it's advisable not to succumb to the dark side of Rahu, because when Rahu always gives, but if you do it through the illicit means that Rahu can do, and that pushes a person to do, once Rahu comes out of the sign, a full crash can happen, so Rahu can just raise you on cloud 9, and if you do this Rahu can be like very trickery, so through some kind of trickery, or through not the illicit ways that you get there, you have to be careful, because it can crash you down after that. But for now, you start noticing, if you're a Libra rising in particular, to a lesser degree Sun or Moon, that your social status starts climbing and starts rising, and you become very ambitious to be recognized, to do something, to be noticed in some way. But at the same time, the South Node is going to be in your 4th house. So it might, because of these ambitions, you might feel disconnected with your family, or it might take you away from family. But at the same time, you have heavy responsibilities with family, because Saturn is also in your 4th house for the next 1 year. So we'll speak about that in the yearly video, how to balance it out. But you might have to let go of certain responsibilities towards families, and because of your ambitions are taking you out there into the world, and because of other circumstances that are taking you out there into the world. Sudden rise with leadership responsibilities and overall responsibilities, and creating some new structures, because Rahu wants to create new things, and you're creating some new career structures in your life. But it can also mean the loss of a home, the loss of a family member, because don't forget, Ketu will be in the 4th house 2019 with Pluto and Saturn, two very intense planets. And in some case, it can mean like moving to live away, so you lose connection with your roots, so you disconnect from your roots while still having a lot of responsibilities towards family. In worst case scenario, it can be like something difficult happening in the life to one of your parents. We're all praying it's nothing like that, of course. Always, this is more extreme manifestation. It can be also the loss of a vehicle, or letting go of an old property or land, while trying to rebuild again, because Saturn is after all there. Pluto will destroy, and Saturn and Ketu. Pluto destroys, Ketu excretes, but Saturn will try to rebuild again. So even if this happens, some kind of changes in your home, in your personal life are happening. You'll be rising more to public visibility, but at the same time you'll have to let go to some attachment to a place, to a family, to something from your past and personal life, and family life as well. Anyway, in the yearly, I'll go much more in depth with that. So this is what I see for you. Your sign, your Venus is starting to move direct in your sign from the middle of the month, guys. So if there were some delays happening personally for you, if there were some complications with starting new beginnings for you, they'll start improving onwards after the middle of the month. You'll start feeling more yourself again. You're probably done, especially at the beginning of November. Well, Venus is still retrograde in your sign. You have to do some deep reevaluation of your values, of your direction in life, even of your relationships, and of your own relationship to yourself, and of your own what you find worthy, because Venus is all about that. You can decide even to change your appearance in some way, or change the whole direction of your life. It's a rare thing to have Venus retrograde in your sign, guys, and especially those Libras born in the last, in the, say, from 17th of October till the 23rd of October, those who have their ascendant from around 23-24 degrees till 30 degrees. For them, they would feel this big change in their life in the first part of November, and this big reevaluation, but having to work on something extra hard in some way, reassessment on many points in life. But it starts moving direct from the middle of the month, and things start normalizing again, while all those new energies from Jupiter are coming, all those new energies from those new exciting business commercial opportunities from Jupiter, those new exciting energies from the North Node in regards to your career and social reputation, so you start shifting. After this reevaluation of Venus, you shift the direction. So thank you so much, and I hope you join me in my Sagittarius, Jupiter in Sagittarius webinar on the 9th of November with April, or on my yearly horoscopes, which are $3.99 per sign till the 15th of November. After that, the price goes double, or $15, I think, for all the 12 signs. So thank you so much, and I will see you next month.